My name is Mike.
And my name is Pete.
We're two good-looking nerds. We're both say it at the same time, but you won't.
Comic books, movies, modern video games, old video games, and professional wrestling or sports entertainment.
Hello, fellow nerds and nerdettes. I'm Mike.
And I'm Pete.
And we're two good-looking nerds. We're supposed to say it at the same time, but you won't say it.
I told you.
We won't say it.
Not saying it.
This is our bi-weekly YouTube, or, not a YouTube series. Excuse me. This is our bi-weekly podcast where we discuss popular pop culture topics. Go ahead.
All right. These topics range from everything from comic books, movies, video games, television shows, modern ones, not no old crap, and professional wrestling or sports entertainment.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, we'll just call it sports entertainment because there's no professional wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We love these topics, and we hope you, as listeners, have a passion for these topics as well.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, are you ready to begin?
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
All right, first major topic, WWE Payback. What'd you think of that pay-per-view?
All right. Overall, I thought it was really good. I liked how Seth Rollins won at the end of it. Let's see, the Divas match, that was horrible.
Wait. Let me go. Nice. Okay.
Go.
Let's start with Sheamus versus Ziggler. What'd you think of that match?
Well, I liked how Dolph Ziggler made Sheamus kiss his butt.
That was entertaining.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that Sheamus pretty much dominated the majority of the match because I think him as a big guy should be powerful. It works with his persona, the whole, once again, as I mentioned, Road Warrior look.
Yeah.
And I love his new music.
I like it too. I just hate when he comes out, he still shouts fella. I just don't like that part. But other than that, I like Sheamus, Dolph Ziggler. I thought it was entertaining.
What about?
I'm a Ziggler fan, unlike you.
Yeah, you're a Ziggler fan.
And now that he has Lana, that's good stuff. But we'll talk about that in a little bit.
What about New Day versus Cesaro and
Kid?
Yeah, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd.
Surprisingly, I would say a month ago I would never have enjoyed that match, but now for some reason I actually enjoy New Day.
Same here, man.
I hate the fact that I enjoy them too, because it's like, okay, it worked this one time.
Right.
Because I normally hate just about everything they do, but no, that got me, man. I thought it was good.
I think a lot of that had to do with the crowd. The Baltimore crowd was pretty into saying that they sucked, and Xavier Woods, who's the best speaker out of all of them. He's just able to. Some of the stuff he says is just hilarious and whatnot. And they were saying think positive. The Orioles haven't won. The Baltimore Orioles baseball team haven't won since 30 years. Think positive. It was hilarious. I loved it. And the match, the match was awesome. You said, Alex, was that your favorite match of the pay-per-view? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I'd put it up there. The whole thing, and a lot of it probably has to do with the crowd. You're right.
Right.
That crowd was really into it.
Yeah.
And, when it comes down to a lot of it, if the crowd's into it, I normally just enjoy the show more.
Mm-hmm.
And it did it. Just like, the NXTs and all that stuff, the crowd's into it. I like it so much more. And then Raw, you don't hear anything half the time.
Right.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I think the fact that it was a 2 out of 3 falls match made it even more exciting, especially you have, New Day was down at first, and then they came back and, they won it and whatnot. But, yeah, overall, that might have been the best match of the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was good.
What did you think about Neville versus King Barrett?
Well, what happened was exactly what I thought was going to happen. But, I don't know. It was good. I thought that they had better matches on Raw.
Right. I think
the weeks
so, too.
prior, yeah.
I think
they were trying to sell the injury, but...
Yeah, but, but then, Barrett, I don't like the fact that what did he win? Neville won by countout, right, in that match?
Yeah, Barrett just walked away.
Yeah, Barrett walked away. That kind of disappointed me a little bit,
I like how he played up to the arrogance.
Right, because that's his new,
he's
the king.
I shouldn't even be in there.
Right,
blah, blah,
that's
blah.
true.
I thought it was pretty good.
What about your favorite match? Did you even watch this match? The Naomi and jeez, how you say her name? Tamina versus
Tamina Snuka.
Yeah, versus the Bella Twins.
No, I didn't. And I got nothing. Well, I mean, the Divas division sucks, but
in the WWE, it sucks.
Yeah, I like Naomi, but
mm-hmm. Yeah, the boost thing.
Yeah, but Snuka, she sucks. She's like.
She only has a job because of her lineage.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like, I don't think she has the talent that, the other divas have. Yeah. And she just needs to just not do this.
So you say retire early?
Yeah, something like that. Go ring announcer or something. But no, I mean, it just looks like botchamania on her.
Yeah, you're right.
I like Naomi, though.
Yeah. Naomi, I like her, and I'm glad now she has the opportunity to be, something, especially for, African American women in wrestling. I haven't seen one that was really big since Jacqueline.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, that goes back a ways. So I think it's good for her, and even though her move is still the rear view.
Yeah,
the giant butt move.
Hits him in the face with her ass. she throws him into the turnbuckle and then just jumps in the air.
Right.
They run into her ass. That's how she.
Right. It. But yeah, Naomi and Tamina, they defeated the Bella Twins. Still, once again, it's weird that the Bella Twins are. At one point they were divided. Now they're back together.
Yeah,
again,
there's no storyline, no continuation, no nothing. It's just. Let's just hope the WWE fans who tune in week to week just forget the weeks before.
Right. I still love the spin they do at the entrance.
Oh yeah, I agree.
That's just me being a pervert.
Yeah.
Anyway, next match would say Bray Wyatt defeated Ryback. What'd you think of that match?
Well, I thought the right person won.
Same here.
Yes.
Same here, man.
I'm very happy Bray Wyatt won.
He needed to win.
Yeah, I mean, he had to win.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't won really a big rivalry at all.
Well, the only person I know that he beat was Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, he beat Ambrose too, though, in that ambulance match, right?
Yeah, that's right. They found. Yeah.
I just know he didn't beat Undertaker. He didn't beat John Cena, which was his biggest,
Yeah, but who the hell can beat John Cena? Kevin Owens with one powerbomb?
Easy now. But anyway, easy now. But I think, like I said, the right person won. I think I still seem to enjoy Ryback a little more than you, I think.
Well, I mean, I'm starting to jump on Ryback's. I'm not going to say his bandwagon or anything like that. He's not big enough for a bandwagon, but... No, I was entertained by it. I thought they put on a really good show. I liked the moves. I thought a lot of it was like event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was good.
Did you we'll make a flack for this, but did you even watch the Stardust versus R-Truth match? Or I guess that happened in the
no, the pre-show?
Yeah.
No.
But it's sad because I love the Stardust persona and I love Cody Rhodes. But
I like Cody Rhodes, but I can't stand Stardust.
I told you, man, he can be some evil Riddler Joker type if they just wrote it right. I can see it. They should hire me as a writer. I can do justice to Stardust character.
Well, I mean, just the giant star on his face makes me want to punch him. I fucking hate it. I hate it. It would be different if he did his makeup differently, but he just changes the color and leaves a star on his face. It's fucking lame.
You don't like it, huh?
No.
Pretty much don't like it.
Yeah.
All right, what about that Fatal 4-Way? What'd you think of that? Actually, you know what? That might have been a match tonight for me. I enjoyed that match a lot.
Did you? I'm pretty sure I did what a lot of people did when the Shield were back together.
You're right.
I was big on the Shield.
That was the best spot of the match when they, they did the what do we call that? Triple power.
Triple power
bomb, whatnot.
Yeah,
and then,
to Randy Orton.
Yeah, then Seth Rollins put his arms around
Yeah,
Rollins and Ambrose, like, it was cool. That was actually a cool moment. You
Yeah.
know, they're all pumped up and everything, and then Seth extends his hand.
Yeah, and then they look at him.
They're like,
It was a good scene.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Ambrose and Reigns have a respect for each other. They're friends, and they were like, let's see. You know, I think Ambrose said loser buys beers, or no, that was Reigns. You know, and they win the ring.
Yeah,
did the thing. It looked like
that was good. They even powerbombed Kane twice.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because the first time the table didn't break.
And the crowd was like, one more time.
Yeah.
One more time. One more thing. They did it.
So
that was awesome.
Yeah.
And you're starting to like Reigns, like, right now, right?
Well, I mean, I'm
turning the corner.
I'm turning the corner. I mean, his matches have gotten a lot better.
Right.
But, I mean, still his overall...
His moveset? You're not a fan of his moveset still?
Yeah, and, they just can't write anything for him, or he just doesn't attract me the way, like, other... I don't think that he should be the main event guy.
Right.
But, I mean, he's good.
He has that look, man. He has that look.
Man, you need to get off that look.
He has that look.
You need to get...
But what about, what bothered me during that match was the fact that, once again, Kane and J&J have to interfere, and J&J, they always get the RKO. It's like, it's a standard now.
Yeah,
it's
of course. They just, I think Joey Mercury was just standing behind him, waiting for him to turn around and RKO. Like, he didn't try to hit him.
Yeah, he didn't try to hit him.
Man, turn around.
Yeah, it's just like, RKO me right now.
Yeah.
And sadly to me, the lamest guy in that match was Randy Orton. And I talked to this with my friend from Philly, but it's just something about, I think Randy Orton's always better as a heel. I mean, I can't see him as a face.
Well, I mean, he just played the same heel, face, and all that crap for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that they gave him... But, like, when I see the Shield members together and they're all in the main event of a pay-per-view and stuff like that, I like how they're trying to pass the torch, like the main event matches, to the younger people and stuff like that. But it just feels like they still always have to throw in a fucking 50 million time champion to, like, make that main event
legit. Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, Seth Rollins is the champ now. He plays the champ role good. Just let him go out there with fucking J&J security and let him do the triple threat or a one-on-one and stuff. Like, I don't have to see Kane with him all the time, because that just hurts his character. You ask me.
It hurts whose character?
Seth Rollins' character.
Oh, yeah, because you didn't like the whole Kane. I don't know what I want to do.
I fucking hate Kane.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're not a Kane.
Hey, you want to talk about relevance in wrestling? What the fuck is Kane? I'm tired of that guy.
He's a Hall of Famer.
I'm tired of that guy. Well, then again, I was tired of the Big Show until he had that match with Roman Reigns.
Right. Yeah, that match with Roman Reigns was awesome, but I still don't be like, oh man, I can't wait for Big Show's next match.
Oh, I won't be like that. But, when the Big Show won at WrestleMania, I was like, man, Big Show, that sucks.
Oh, you mean the Andre the Giant memorial thing? Yeah.
I mean, he won that. I'm glad that he won it this year, not next year. And then what they do with Damian Sandow, I mean, they gave him something by letting him leave The Miz and build that up. And now he comes out as a Macho Man persona.
Oh my God, that's
horrible.
That bugs me. Jeez, didn't they have a match? I wasn't sure. I thought they did. At Payback.
Yeah, and they lost to the Ascension.
That's right. They did. That's right.
Yeah.
They
I watched that. That was on the pre-show.
What's that?
I like the Ascension.
Yeah, you like the Ascension. That's right.
I don't know why.
What's their finishing maneuver?
The Wasteland or something?
Yeah, the Wasteland, something like that. Yeah, welcome to the Wasteland.
I'm just so biased when it comes to NXT. Like,
if that's the case,
I find like all of them more entertaining. But Neville's been here for 2 months, and 85% of his matches are against fucking King Barrett.
Well, you know how they like to shove things down your throat. That's the WWE way.
Yeah, that's what they do.
But overall, what would you get? I mean, with that said, since we're talking about
Payback,
the Damian Sandow and whatnot. Yeah, because you like Damian and you like what's his name? The guy doing Hogan.
Curtis Axel.
Yeah, you love Curtis Axel.
Yeah.
This guy's a Curtis Axel.
I like all the underdogs. I don't like the people who they fucking try to make you like.
Right.
Unless I like them before they were stars. I don't know. As an underground thing. I'm just biased.
Yeah, I guess you're just biased. But yeah, so that match for you was probably your favorite match because you got the Ascension and you got the Mega Powers.
I just hated the whole Mega Powers thing, man. Just try to come up with something remotely original.
It makes me think once again they're trying to sell that Hogan and Macho Man were cool before Macho Man's death. I think they're trying to put it in again, like, hey, these guys were best of friends,
Then come out with a documentary or a fucking WWE Network fucking special. Like, don't waste 2 talents that you have just because you can't come up with anything for them.
All right. With that said,
all right,
we've been talking about Payback for a minute. What do you think of overall? What do you give it out of 10?
I'll give it a 6.5.
6.5?
Yeah.
6.5. I'll give it a 7 just due to the main event. 7.
Yeah.
The main event was awesome.
I mean, the right person won.
Right. So. All right. Monday Night Raw. Next topic is Monday Night Raw.
All right, man. Lana's gone. Lana left Rusev.
Right. She kissed Ziggler and whatnot.
So she's with
your
Ziggler
boy Ziggler, because you're also Ziggler biased.
Oh, I'm a Ziggler fan. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, now that he has Lana, maybe he'll do something, but he's going to feud for the next 4 months with Rusev.
Right.
And then both their careers are going to be gone.
Maybe. We'll see. I think, because Rusev, is he still, wants to be with the Authority or whatnot? He's just going solo, I'm a Bulgarian brute, whatever he is.
I don't know what their plan is with him, but I think you can't have a heel like him without a good manager.
Right.
And Lana was good. Made me care about him. Not just because she's so fucking hot, but...
Right.
I just like people with good managers. And then,
you know what I say is a positive? And I actually agree with this, is that Bo Dallas now has... Because, he's an NXT product. And things haven't been going great for him since he came out of NXT. But now he has an issue with Neville, which I can respect because Neville has instant success. And Bo Dallas is a little bit probably jealous. And I think that's good. There's going to be a rivalry between those guys. Sort of reminds me of the Cruiserweight division a little bit for WCW. I think they can put on great matches.
Yeah, you're probably right. Bo Dallas hasn't been given his fair chance.
Right.
I mean...
I believe in Bo Dallas. As a cruiserweight, I don't see him as a WWE champion anytime in the future.
If the Miz could be the WWE champion, anybody can be.
Well, that's let's bring some respectability back to the title for the love of God.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should just give it to Cena a few more times then.
Hey, enough shots at Cena. Anyway, did you see Paige came back and
Paige came back and now she has a title shot and they got Naomi out of it.
I do like the fact that they looked like she was going to help the Bellas, but she ended up being like, no, I want the championship. And the crowd still was like, yeah, they didn't just boo because, the WWE wants you to love the Bella twins.
Yeah.
And, I mean, and don't get me wrong, they're both beautiful women, but, and was it Nikki has the rack attack?
Yeah.
Which I like, but other than that, I mean, Paige is a much better wrestler.
Yeah. I mean, just the talent's there, and the Bellas don't have it.
All right. What else happened Monday night? The IC title. I guess
I mean, it was relieved, and now they're having the Elimination Chamber match.
Right. Give it some respectability again. Hopefully, give it to
it'll probably go to Dolph Ziggler, maybe.
How many times has Dolph won the Intercontinental Championship? Has he done anything with it?
I don't know. Well, I mean, who's done anything with it in the last fucking 5 years?
Good point.
The last good champion I could think of was Cody Rhodes. And that was back when he was doing his old face gimmick. Like with the brown bags.
Yeah, with the brown bags. That's right.
Yeah, that's when Cody Rhodes rocked. Now he's gay-ass Stardust.
Well, I do like the fact that they have, and this can either go either way, because, now I guess it's Ryback versus Sheamus type rivalry, and, Sheamus can go, Ryback can a little bit, but could this rivalry be sort of horrible because they're both big heavies,
Yeah, well, I've never been a fan of Sheamus, his ring work or anything.
Right.
Like, a lot of people know that he just got big and popular. I'm not even going to say popular, but, he's a fucking champ.
Right.
Because he was friends with Triple H. I mean, that was one of the saddest times during...
Oh, yeah, that was
horrible.
Jeez. And we know how you feel about Ryback, especially during the CM Punk days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was just horrible to do that to Punk.
Right.
But, I mean, with Ryback, after the match with Bray Wyatt, I give him a little more credibility. Maybe the feud would be good.
Right.
Maybe if they could do something different with the story. I don't fucking know, man. I just see Raw happening, and I just see the same goddamn promos.
And you know what I see the same effect, too, is for the tag team championships. You know what they did with the, all the tag teams that are going to be in the Elimination Chamber thing?
Yeah.
Once again, they all fight, whatever. You got the Lucha Dragons, throwing their body around, which is cool. I love the Lucha Dragons, but it's a typical, let's throw all these tag teams together for Elimination Chamber and whatnot. But the ones that are surprisingly left standing was your boys, Money.
The primetime
primetime players. Dad of the year for Titus O'Neil, by the way. For those
hopefully, if they don't win, I don't see them winning because I don't want to say that WWE's racist or anything. But I mean, the New Day are all black.
Right.
And the primetime players are black. So they're not going to let... sounds so
racist. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
They're not going to hand the championship from one black group to another black group. You know what I mean?
Plus, New Day is, I think, getting finally some little bit of a attraction.
They were cutting their little vignettes every week, making fun of people and stuff. So.
And I like I said, I love Xavier Woods. At first, I didn't, because I think you pointed out to me a few months ago, and I was like, I didn't see it. But when I was listening to him celebrating after their victory, I saw a look on his face. I was like, this guy he has a 70s, 80s vibe, and he can talk. I think he can be something, out of all those guys.
Another NXT.
Yep, another NXT product.
Yep.
Next, I guess they're gonna have Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins for the championship.
Yep, for the championship.
Seth will probably win.
Yeah, well, I mean, Seth should win.
Mm-hmm.
But
is he going to use a pedigree?
I mean, that'd be great. Yeah. Use a pedigree.
Well, the pedigree from Payback wasn't that great, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't sold very good. he didn't sell it.
He didn't sell
it.
But yeah, it should be a good match. Obviously, they had some good matches last year for the rivalry.
Yeah.
And
I mean, when you put those two talents together, they'll have a good match.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we already know the outcome. Seth Rollins is going to win. Hopefully, he does win. But
right. And of course, the topic, probably the best moment of Raw, was
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens, yeah. KO baby, KO stood up against the future Hall of Famer, John Cena.
John Cena, he did, and John Cena had a 25-minute battle with Rusev. Wouldn't quit. He got one pop-up power bomb, and he was out.
Right, that's right. Oh my God, did we forget about that?
What?
We totally forgot about from the Payback that John Cena had.
Honestly, I didn't forget. I just didn't want to
talk about it. Oh wow, wow. Jeez. Well, real quick, let's just talk about that real quick. That just shows the lack of respect you have for John Cena. What did you think about that I Quit match against him? And
it was good. I like Rusev.
Right. You like the fact that he quit in Bulgarian or whatnot? Did you think that was a nice twist?
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was a very intense. It was actually, that was a contender for match of the pay-per-view. I thought just based off.
I'll have to look into it, but I'm pretty sure that a title belt changed hands before in an I Quit match because he wouldn't say I quit.
Mm-hmm.
So they ruled him out, and then they made the belt switch. I'm pretty sure I saw that happen before. I think it was a Bret Hart match.
Bret Hart?
I mean, I'll have to look into it.
Right.
Another thing, I mean, if history shows that if you pass out in an I Quit match and you give up, granted, you don't say I quit.
Right.
But...
yeah, because it looked like John Cena, because Rusev thought he won when he gave him the accolade. Right, exactly.
But he didn't say I quit.
Right.
Technically, neither did fucking Rusev.
Do you have a problem with Cena winning 3 straight matches against Rusev?
I don't think it's good for Rusev's career.
Right.
And like, it'd be one thing if they were losses by interference or losses due to, Rusev disqualifying himself. Right. But, I mean, clear losses.
Yeah, these were clear John Cena won,
Yeah, it's fucking Super Cena, man.
Yeah. I mean, but Cena put on a great match. Like I said, with the, he gave him the, I still call it the FU. I don't care if they call it the attitude adjustment. He gave him the FU on the pyro, and everything like that. And,
no, it was good.
Yeah.
It was a good match, but.
Cena was hitting them with Apple computers. I thought it was just kind of, it was very reminiscent of, I won't say Attitude Era, but it was just, it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, a little edgier.
Yeah, a little edgier. But yeah, now we talked about that.
Okay, now we don't have to talk about Cena. Thank you.
We still have to talk about Cena. Him and Kevin Owens.
Oh my gosh.
Kevin Owens, because I do like the fact that Kevin Owens said that I've been doing this longer than you have, and that's true.
Yeah.
15 years, Cena only 10.
Yeah.
And,
and look at all he's accomplished. I think it's good.
Yeah.
But the thing I think is the NXT is very popular right now.
Right.
Okay. And Kevin Owens, for all the right reasons, is the NXT champ.
Right.
I think it was great. His little rivalry with Sami Zayn. It was a good way for him to jump the line in NXT.
Right.
Like Tyler Bree's been there a long time. He's never been the champ, but I like what they do there is because when they get a champ, they hold the champ for a long time.
Right.
So I think that's really good. And Kevin Owens coming out saying that and then hitting John Cena like that, I think it was a good nudge.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have their match coming up.
At Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, at Elimination. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes.
We'll see if they can, because, Cena sometimes doesn't, people like HBK, you can have a great match with HBK, but Cena just has that ability he's big, but sometimes he doesn't have good chemistry with people. Like with The Rock, all that build up, they didn't have the chemistry. Like, The Rock would have a great match with Triple H just because they know what to do, but it just, I'm not sure. I'm a little bit worried.
John Cena's wrestling has always been so formulated.
Right,
it's like, shit, this is the match I put on with the big guy. This is the match I put on with someone the same size as me. And
well, here's a question: who do you think is going to win the match between Kevin Owens?
I think Kevin Owens is going to disqualify himself. Or it's going to end in disqualification. I don't know if an NXT guy is going to come out. Or
right.
Cena's not feuding with anybody, but somebody's either going to interfere or something else.
Shout out to Kevin Owens because me and friend P here, we saw him.
Met him last year.
Yeah, last year
at WrestleMania 30.
Yeah, WrestleMania 30.
Kevin Steen.
Yeah, Kevin Steen. Oh man,
I got the picture. When I was watching it the other night, I was like, I was really giddy about it. And my wife was like, why? It's like, why are you so interested in this? This isn't Raw, blah, 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 blah. Or she's like, didn't you just watch a pay-per-view the other night?
Right.
Like, a little overwhelming wrestling-wise. But
awesome moment in our lives. Like
so then I showed her the picture of us together, and she's like, oh, that's so nice.
See, exactly.
That's my wife impression. That's good. If you met her, that's spot on.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's so nice. But it was good. It was good. And I don't really care who wins that. I just like Kevin Owens in the big spotlight.
Right.
I mean, I'm not sure. I thought when he came out interrupted, he might have messed up a little bit.
Right.
On their little verbal exchange, but
I mean, but that's how he talks, like in a slow...
I think he just might have been like a little nervous or something.
It could be, yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, this is obviously a very wrestling heavy subject because all the wrestling stuff that happened. But we're gonna move on real quick to this will be brief because I haven't played it, but I played the originals. But Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2 HD impressions because this guy happened to purchase it one day at GameStop.
I did, and I'm actually still playing through Final Fantasy X remix or redo, whatever the fuck. And it's fun, man. It's very nostalgic of a time where video games were, I'm not gonna say better, but more in depth.
It was still Squaresoft, wasn't it, or it was Square Enix at the time?
Square Enix.
It was still okay.
And I did what I did 10 years ago. Was I played what's it called? Actually, not 10 years ago. It was like 15.
Oh my god, man! I remember that was a big deal when it came out.
Yeah.
We're so old, but anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, I remember playing the Blitzball.
Yeah, Blitzball, awesome.
Still fun. Still fun.
Orin is that his name? Orin. Still my favorite character for that game because he was always in my group. I know you can switch people out, but I always still mainly had the three guys: Waka, Titus, and Orin. Those are my guys.
Waka.
I had to have because he threw the Blitzball, man. It was awesome. Awesome. You didn't who would you have? Kamari or whatever that guy? You would.
Always have the big
guy. You would. I wasn't trying to be sexist because I had the three girls as my backup.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess it was.
Yeah, saying it doesn't make it
Yeah,
sexist.
I know. But I still made sure that they were powerful just as much as the guys. Because what's her name? Lulu? The girl with the magic. Lilu? No.
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, the girl with the black hair.
Luna.
There you go. With the doll, she had a little doll all the time. She was the magic user, and I made sure she was very powerful. On the, what's it, spear grid? Is that what they call it? Yeah, spear grid, whatever. But what made you buy it anyway?
I don't know, man. I was just there and I was just bored.
You had some money to spend?
Yeah, I mean, I get bored during the day, so I just go to the GameStop. And I bought it, played it for a few days, and then I stopped. Just like I did Mortal Kombat, every other freaking game I buy. Just get bored too fast.
Well, at the same time, you beaten in the original anyway.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But this guy never played 10-2. What's up with that?
I never played Final Fantasy 10-2. Never plan on it either.
Even now that you got it?
I don't care. I got it. I don't care.
You know what? Here's a confession that I never finished it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for good reason. It wasn't as... You don't make sequels to Final Fantasy. That's my rule. You can make spin-offs, just kind of like they did with Final Fantasy 7 with... what's his name?
What's it called?
Dirge of Cerberus.
Yeah, Dirge of Cerberus.
Cerberus, and then the game that came out for the PSP with Zack for Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, and but yeah, I don't think you should make sequels to Final Fantasy. That's just my personal opinion. They did it with 13, and I have yet to play any of them except 13. You know, so they should just be left alone. Okay. I think we're done with a little bit of Final Fantasy. Next topic is no spoilers, but you can't really say it was anything to spoil. But Mad Max Fury Road impressions. What did you think, man? Because we saw this movie last Friday.
Yeah, no, I thought it was really good. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I thought Tom Hardy was great. Charlize Theron
was awesome.
I mean,
she stole the movie, actually, technically.
Yeah,
but
it was great. I mean, her having a spin-off, I don't care to follow that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, guys, I saw something online about them thinking about because she was getting such good reviews.
Right.
And she was great, but, I mean, it was a Mad Max movie.
Right.
I thought he was perfect in it.
Little
short sentences.
Exactly, because he's kind of like those old school Clint Eastwood movies where he was the man with no name. He didn't say much. I mean, that's kind of what Mad Max is. Even with Mel Gibson, you mentioned that before, that he only said like 16 or 17 lines in The Road Warrior.
The whole movie.
Yeah.
Barely talked.
So I mean that's fine by me. I think he did a great job.
Yeah.
The star of the show was actually the director, George Miller. I thought that movie was so had so much wacky stuff.
Yeah.
The flamethrower guy.
The flamethrowing guitar.
Yeah, guitar. Yeah.
It was man. That was an entertaining movie.
Exactly.
I mean, the whole movie, beginning to end, was really good. Like if it was a boring scene with a lot of talking, it had really cool like theatrics and stuff like going on. The cinematography, it was good. It was really good.
Immortal Joe was a freaky villain. Yeah, and he was the same guy from the original Mad Max.
Yeah, he was in the original Mad Max.
And he did an awesome job. Everything was just so freaky, but that's how the originals were. 80s freakiness.
Yeah, it was good.
Like I said, the soundtrack I still need to listen to, but from what I heard when I saw it, it was perfect for the movie.
It was good.
George Miller, you completed, and I was worried for this movie because I remember it was supposed to come out.
Yeah, and then it got delayed.
Yeah, it got delayed.
And normally when that happens, the movies, it's a bad sign.
Right.
It even had reshoots and all that. So normally when a movie does that, you think it's gonna suck, but no, it was shit, man. I'm glad they redid it. Whatever they fixed, it was great.
98% Rotten Tomatoes. For good reason.
That's high, man.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
I mean, I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still need to, let's say, watch the. I've watched the originals like somewhat recently. Maybe,
I saw the rewatch the originals. It's been a few years,
but overall, go out and see it if you guys saw it already.
Yeah.
Next, now we were talking about this before we even started, but this guy's a supporter of it. But Arrow, for those who like the show, starring Steven Amell as the Green Arrow.
Yeah.
It had its season 3 finale last week, and overall, we're going to talk about the season, what we liked and what we didn't like. So, what did you think, Mr. Pete?
Okay. What do you think, Mr. Pete?
Because I already know what you think.
No, it was good. It wasn't as good as season 2.
Right.
Right, but I mean, it was good. The final fight between Ra's al Ghul and the Green Arrow was a letdown.
Huge letdown.
Yeah.
Huge letdown. It was similar to season 1 where you couldn't tell if it was Merlin or Arrow. Both had hoods on.
Yeah, and it was just them spinning around.
Yeah, spinning around with swords.
Cameras spinning, all that shit.
On a bridge.
Yeah. I'm fucking watching the CW and I'm getting dizzy. I'm like, this isn't right.
Yeah. I was like, come on. In the whole virus thing, that was the
backstory.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was gonna say that the flashbacks for this season didn't work for me at all.
No, yeah, I agree. They were so drawn out.
Right.
Like
the move to China I thought was going to be interesting, but it wasn't at all. It didn't hook me like when
they were on the island.
Yeah,
then they got the submarine, the second half of the island, and the virus. The first 2 seasons were really good.
Right.
And the next season, season 4, they're bringing in the Hive.
Right. They're bringing in.
That's the big rumor. So.
Yeah, Damien Dark was mentioned several times as a rival to Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
In the show, whatnot, and I guess you can't really say they forced it in, but they tried to hint at it that because Ra's wanted to strike Starling City, also not just because it's a bad city, but because Damien Dark was there.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be, for those who didn't watch it, whatever, spoilers. It turned out to be a false Damien Dark or whatnot, and I don't know. It's an interesting way to. Direction for the series, but it's going to be a whole new group. It seems like next season, to me. How about this? Because we were talking about the virus. All of a sudden, okay, you have Diggle searching for, I guess, 4 League of Shadows suspects who are carrying the virus, the Alpha Omega, and all of a sudden, it just ended like that because Ray Palmer was able to take care of it with nanites off camera. It just seemed too convenient.
Yeah, how they you're thinking about it like that, how they just said it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, Ray Palmer is a badass.
Ray Palmer is a badass, but then all of a sudden, Oliver needs saving, and Felicity's able to put on the Atom suit like it's no problem.
Yeah.
Flying and save him.
It fits her perfect.
It fits her perfect. It looks funny, by the way, but it fits her perfectly.
I mean, the outfit looks funny the whole time, but...
Yeah, but even Brandon Roth gives it a little bit of justice.
Well, Brandon Roth's like 6'5".
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah, Superman. So, I don't know. That bugged me. I'm a fan of Laurel's new direction for this season and even the season finale. She's more strong-willed. I like the relationship she built with NASA. Ra's al Ghul's. It made it seem like it was her only daughter.
Yeah.
But, I hope there's a Talia al Ghul out there. But I like NASA's role. But yeah, like I said, overall I give the season 6 out of 10, man.
6 out of 10? Yeah. I'd probably go, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.5. I just think that they try to make a universe out of it.
But the thing is it wasn't bad.
Right.
But the previous seasons were just that much better.
Right.
So it made it look bad, but it wasn't bad.
Right.
It's kind of like Smallville. Because Smallville used to do that a lot. You used to have a lot of strong seasons and then a shitty season. But they were never bad.
Right.
They just couldn't live up to the previous season.
Well, this time,
I just say that because I'm a huge DC fanboy and I kind of have to.
Well, I'm a huge DC fanboy too, but you build a universe, right? And now Flash show this season, obviously his first season, was superior to Arrow season, and it's different. Arrow definitely worked more so because it had that more realistic. It was contained, self-contained. And now you're putting all these characters who have superpowers like the Atom. Ra's al Ghul can't really say with immortality. That's fine, but the Flash conveniently shows up in the season finale to like, hey, I'm here to do this, you know.
The Arrow showed up on the Flash to help capture the Reverse Flash.
Yeah, but the inconsistencies of, you know, like, how did he do that when he's under training with Ra's al Ghul?
Hey, man, inconsistencies. It's like a fucking comic book.
Yeah, I know, but it's just...
Next thing you know, you're going to be talking about how they get back and forth so fast.
Yeah.
Just like everybody else on the internet.
I mean, I guess you're right. It's just, it was so much to nitpick at this season, and no one... I mean, you seem to be a fan of the Felicity and Oliver relationship.
I don't know. The nerd in me says I love Felicity.
Right. She's a you know, she's a pretty girl. She's a nerd. You know, she got all the knowledge and everything like that. But she, like I mentioned to you before, she went through 3 relationships this season. Just this season, she dated Ray Palmer. At one point, you know, they're, you know, lovey-dovey and all that stuff. She had a thing for Barry Allen. Showed up on his show, had a thing, dressed up, went out with Barry Allen.
Yeah.
And now she's madly in love with Oliver. And
she loved Oliver the whole time.
Oliver, you know, and this is no you know, ill will against Stephen Amell, but he didn't really show like maybe it's his acting ability or whatever, but he didn't show like he was like, oh, I'm in love with Felicity, you're my ultimate.
Well, I mean, that's because, you know, he's Oliver Queen, and he's awesome.
Oliver Queen is supposed to, well, if you want to really talk about what Oliver Queen is supposed to be sarcastic, cocky, and
not so serious.
Yeah, this season you might as well call Batman season 1. You know, I mean, you have Ra's al Ghul, the villain. I just really surprised they didn't mention anything about the detective or anything. I mean, that's I guess Batman doesn't exist in this DC universe apparently. Not yet. But then Ra's al Ghul is dead. But then again, he's never dead. So he'll probably come back. The guy that played Ra's al Ghul was actually did a solid job. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
first I was mad about it.
Him.
Yeah, first I hate him, but he did a decent job.
We're skeptics, all of us.
Yeah, I mean, you can't top Liam Neeson.
I mean, it's the CW.
Yeah, it's the CW. You know,
but it was good.
Yeah.